Time now for our political roundtable. Today we have current Galeo Impact Fund CEO Jerry Gonzalez and Republican consultant Spiro Amburn, both returning panelists. Gentlemen, so great to be back with you. Thank you so much. So I want to start off with some debate reaction from you all. We know that each campaign will say, okay, my candidate did great, my candidate did great. Both Republicans and Democrats in Georgia agreed that Kamala Harris had a very strong performance debate night, but it really doesn't matter who won the debate. It matters how those debate performances translate into votes, right? So, Spiro, do you think that Kamala gave Trump a run for his money? Do you think that this is going to hurt him at all?
I think she did well. I think Kamala Harris proved that she could stand in there and take punches, which is, that was the question that she had going into that, which I think is the result of a lot of the positive, the enthusiasm as a result of the debate. But I think now that we've had several days to digest, that debate really was a true debate. It was refreshing in the sense that it was about the issues. Donald Trump, I think, actually did better than expected too. I know he got a little shaky at times and reacted to some of her commentary, but I think for the most part, he held it together, and down the stretch, this campaign is going to be about the issues. So if you're Donald Trump, I think you're happy about that.
Jerry, do you agree with that?
Well, I agree with the fact that Vice President Harris did do a phenomenal job in holding her own at the debate. And in fact, I think she baited Trump many times. Trump was incoherent, rambling, and looked feeble and weak during the performance. And he's talking about eating dogs and eating cats is something extreme and crazy that's really out of the ordinary for most people that are talking about it. Clearly, it's a debunked myth that was perpetuated in right-wing media, but here you have a presidential candidate talking about crazy stuff that you find on the internet. That's just, I think he did more harm than good in luring in any kind of undecided voters in that regard.
And that is something that has gone viral. Really quick here, do you think that her performance is going to translate into votes in November? We're talking less than 7 weeks.
Well, Taylor Swift was watching, and Taylor Swift immediately after the debate offered her endorsement and encouraged those that follow her to also engage in the political and do their own research about candidates that are doing. So I think it does. I think the performance was strong. I think it's going to translate into votes. I think the momentum keeps going for Vice President Harris.
Spiro, I want to stay on this topic for just one moment longer. A quick answer from you. Yeah. Jerry pointed out one of the main critiques of former President Trump and some have called it taking the bait responses, talking about debunked claims about immigrants eating pets have gotten a lot of headlines for him. Some of the criticism of Vice President Harris has been that she did not answer directly some of the moderator's questions. Will that impact her future as we go down the home stretch here?
I think so, but look, there are many undecided voters out there. This is about a very small margin, and it's about both sides getting out their base. I do think Donald Trump's best moment was in his closing statement, where he said, where have you been for the last 3.5 years? She is still the sitting vice president, and she's responsible for Joe Biden's policies. So I think that is something she's going to have to continue to answer the tough questions on.